Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. I wanted to make a movie, video, whatever, today to check in and see how everybody's doing. It's been a little while since I've been here. The last video would have been the August monthly energy forecast where we talked about amplitude. So leave me a comment. Let me know how that energy is shaping up for you for August. For me, I'm definitely feeling some waves of amplitude. And I wanted to also chat about something that came up in a coaching call a few days ago. And I asked my client if I could share it more broadly, and she was okay with it. It's nothing personal to anyone, but part of a channeled message that came through for her was to consider whether you're in the energy of fear or fierce. So, and fierce not in the way of like, oh, being upset about something or mad or piercing, but owning it, like standing in your badassness, basically, your badassery, if you will. And I think that's an important thing. So many of us reach like daily crossroads where we feel stuck, we feel stagnant, we feel hesitant. And those are opportunities to check in and say, okay, the decision that I'm making or the actions that I'm taking, am I coming at them from a perspective of fear or fierce? Because if you're standing in that frequency or wearing the goggles and the glasses of fear, often that's what you're going to continue to see around you. And I like to think of it just like that. It's not so much I'm magnetizing it to me. It's that you've chosen those glasses to look through. So it's like a confirmation bias that comes back where, yeah, the world's a terrible place. That's what you keep seeing. So you're proving yourself right. Yep, that's it. That's right. Or there's plenty to be afraid of. And then you see things that are fearful or fear-inducing. Whereas if you stand in the energy of being fierce, that doesn't mean you're not afraid of things. That doesn't mean you don't operate with caution and wisdom. But it's that you also bring to the table the energy of knowing that you can handle it. Whatever comes your way, you'll be okay. You can handle it. You can navigate it. So standing in your fierceness doesn't mean you never experience fear. It means you don't let it pull you off course. And you do what it takes to say, no, I check in with myself and I say, hey, where is that fear coming from? Is it truly a valid fear? Because sometimes it's also something from, like it's a relic or an artifact of something else in our past. Maybe we had a similar decision point and 10 years ago, we made a certain decision and it didn't work out so well for us. So now when we see echoes or like a similar situation, our brain wants to save us from what we experienced the last time. And so it generates the biology and chemistry of fear so that we're like, oh, I don't know. But you're not the same person you were 10 years ago or however long it was. So just doing that kind of self-reflection and saying, is this really something to be afraid of? Or am I just seeing a similar situation and reacting as I would have done or because of what happened to me? And if so, is that really valid? Or can I step into and put the glasses on of fierce instead of fear? And then when you're looking at things from a fierce perspective, you see things, situations, you see solutions, you see where you can figure things out. You may still have the curveballs come at you, but you understand that you have the capability and the confidence to handle them. So that was just something I wanted to, before it slipped out of my memory, put here on video for myself to look back and watch, if nothing else, but hopefully it helps you as well. The other thing I want to mention, and I'm a little late to bring it up on my channel, but registration is going to be open for a while anyway. On September 16th, 2 p.m. Eastern, I am teaching a live class, Connecting with Loved Ones in Spirit. So as a lifelong medium, I really want to help others understand, see, know, perceive, sense, experience connecting with loved ones in spirit. That can be pets, people. And I think there's such a stigma sometimes in our society around that for me, I think it's an ability and a skill that we all can develop. But because of that stigma or that uncertainty or labels or something, we don't always explore it for ourselves. So I wanted to create a safe container, a safe place for us to come together as a group, have the conversations around that, share with you some of my experiences, share with you some of the tips, tools, techniques that can help you connect. And for me, I always feel like doing things in a group environment also brings an amplification of the energy, which allows us to have a higher frequency and tune in a little bit easier. So if you can't make the live call, you'll still be able to get the replay, and the class will be there for a while. But if you enroll by the end of day today, and I'm sorry I didn't get this out sooner, end of day 8:15, and use coupon code EARLYCONNECT, you can get 20% off the enrollment. That 20% will become 10% between 8:16 and the day of class. So check back in the description box. I don't know what that code will be for the 10%, but if you missed the window for the 20%, you can still enroll at a little bit of a discount, because I love the early birds. It helps me out so much to know who is coming to the class in advance, because often I'm tuning into their energy, and part of my process of developing a class involves the frequency and the stories of the people who are coming. So even if we haven't met, I'm tuning into that as I see your registrations come up. So would love to have you there. It's going to be a good time. If you haven't taken a class with me before, I bring a lot of information. I don't really have like a syllabus or a checklist right now, because like I said, it gets developed based on who enrolls and signs up. Also, my team of guides has some input, and we kind of craft things all the way up until we go live in the class. But what I would love, if you have taken a class with me and could leave some feedback in the comments below, to kind of tell anybody who hasn't experienced that yet what that's like. It's interactive, it's fun, it's upbeat. I bring a lot of information and a lot of content to the classes. And so if anybody is on the fence, I would love for you to share your feedback if you've done a live class with me. And a little bit about my story, if you don't know why I would be passionate about teaching, connecting with loved ones in spirit. As a 6-year-old child, my sister passed away, and I connected with her early. That was my very first mediumship experience, my very first experience connecting with a loved one in spirit, and have been doing it in various forms since then, including now professionally as someone who connects to pets who have passed over in animal communication sessions, or loved ones who have passed over in other kinds of coaching and counseling sessions. So would love, again, to share that with you. To me, it's such a beautiful testimony that love doesn't end. Love doesn't die. There is no boundary that love cannot cross. And what more powerful way to experience that for yourself than to connect with your loved ones in spirit. So again, I would love to have you there. I'll put description or links in the description box below for you to enroll. And I think that's all I've got for today. But just as a reminder, checking in with yourself for the next couple of weeks to get in the habit of, am I standing in the energy of fear or fierce? And which is the better kind of gear to serve me in this moment? So good luck. I'd love to hear how you get on with that. Have an amazing day. I'll see you soon. Bye.